Так, ну что ж. Что ж. Что ж. Ш. Эм, Продолжаем. Пняу. Так, вот это сразу докачиваем. И вот это. Так, импланты третий. Окей. И спас броски. Тоже скорость. Угу. Ну, он пока без имплантов побегает. Лутаемся. Ух, сочно. Вот, кстати, интересно, мне позволили бы мне уйти на корабль? Вместо того, чтобы идти на мостик. А, у него поезд стоит.
Sure.
Надо будет как-нибудь другой раз проверить.
No problem.
Я вас освободил. А вы со мной вот так, да?
No problem. No problem.
Мне надо будет как-нибудь поинтересоваться,
No problem.
какой кап на способности тут.
This is Canderous. We're at the Ebon Hawk. Like we figured, it's under heavy guard. But don't worry, we'll figure out a plan to take care of them.
Ну, надеюсь. Да, тут и не пускает, да? Ладно, мостик так мостик.
You asked for this!
Ну и начинаем зачистку. Ничто злое не должно уцелеть. Да начнется резня.
How'd you like that?
И такова же философия у джедаев.
There, take that.
How'd you like that?
You cannot win.
How'd you like that? How'd you like that?
Так, это все нужно, все нужно. Им сейчас придется потратиться. Ладно. Проверим, что в этом терминале. Ясно. Ничего полезного. По крайней мере, для меня. Ну, тогда время для смертоубийств. Инфопланшет. Ну-ка. Че пишут? Сука. А, вот, наверное. Мы организовали ремонтную станцию у воздушного шлюза рядом со складом, чтобы починить повреждения в обшивке мостика. Забери скафандры с оружейного склада и пошли туда команду как можно скорее. Да не это. Вот это.
No problem. Didn't work.
Didn't work?
Didn't work. Didn't work.
А так. Ух. Ух. Да нет. Ну, кажется, тут больше нет ничего.
Let's make this quick.
Чё там, блять, пердишь? Странная мина.
I think I've been forced. How'd you like that?
Так, тут еще комнаты какие-то есть, да?
There.
Неплохой такой АОЕ. Жаль, нет еще какого-то подкласса. Или какого-то улучшения этого. Хранилище мостика.
No problem. Got it.
Ай, блядь. Я здесь залутался? Да. И все. Так, а что тут? Тут просто тупик.
I think I've been poisoned.
Блин, вот бы еще понять, как делается глич. На постоянный бег. Меня в какой-то квадрат поместили. Видно же, что здесь угол. Могли бы хотя бы сферу ёбнуть. Ну или цилиндр.
No problem.
Да нахуя вы меня в сторону... Я туда? Так, и почему мы без оружия? Где?
Yes?
There.
Time to rumble. You asked for this.
И откуда ведет? Ну ладно.
Very resourceful. I assume you had some part in this. You learned your lessons well from me.
The only thing you taught me was betrayal and death, Saul.
Don't be a fool. I'm giving you and your companions a chance to surrender, a chance to live. Darth Malak himself is on his way. He'll be arriving any moment.
He speaks the truth, Karth. I can feel the Dark Lord's presence approaching.
Malak will destroy you. But if you throw down your weapons now, I will ask my master to be merciful.
I've seen enough of Sith mercy.
You always did like to do things the hard way. Lord Malak would have preferred live prisoners, but corpses will have to do.
Вы там ебанулись?
Ready?
Как же они закидывают гранатами-то? На высоком уровне сложности. Просто хлебом не корми их.
I've seen it.
You always...
Дай гранату кинуть.
So be it.
Бастил, ты чё, продамаженная?
The Admiral. He's still alive.
It's time to finish this.
Как же он стонет? Карт. Карт, не дай ненависти овладеть тобой.
Don't you understand what this man has done to my life? Do you know the pain he's brought me?
Killing him won't ease the pain, Karth. Do not become what you despise.
Karth,
О,
must tell you something. Come closer.
с глазами-то у него.
You didn't know, did you? Remember my dying words. Remember them whenever you look at those you thought were your friends.
guy said it can't be true, can it? No, it can't. Damn you, Saul. Damn you.
Что он сказал?
So it is true, isn't it? And you knew. You and the whole damn Jedi Council, you knew the whole time.
Karth, it's not what you think. We had no other choice. Please, you don't understand.
So make me understand.
Чем вы оба говорите? Что происходит?
Not here, Karth. Please, there's no time. Malak is coming. This isn't the place. Please, Karth, I'm asking you to trust me for just a little while longer.
Она права, Карт. Сейчас не время. Мы должны вернуться к этому после того, как сбежим.
Look, I'll trust you, Bastila, but as soon as we're off this ship, I expect some answers.
Of course, Karth. As soon as we get to the Ebon Hawk, I'll explain everything. To both of you, I promise.
Запрограммировать новый пункт назначения.
Let's make this quick.
Отказано в доступе.
You asked for this.
А у меня на компьютере ничего нету. О. Понятно. Ну, бежим, тогда бежим. Нам, я так полагаю, в ангар. Не дети.
Uh-huh.
Да, ловкость. Что там?
Scanderous. We took care of the guards. We're inside the Ebon Hawk and all systems are go. As soon as you guys join us, we can get out of here.
Угу. Ау! Это была явно звуковая атака ситхов. Не иначе.
There, take that.
Даже залутать их нельзя.
You cannot win.
Угу. Понятно, где мы. Бутафорская дверь, да? Ага. Ладно, все равно спадет, по идее.
Darth Malak.
Down you go!
I hope you weren't thinking of leaving so soon, Bastila. I've spent far too much energy hunting down you and your companions to let you get away from me now. Besides, I had to see for myself if it was true. Even now, I can hardly believe my eyes. Tell me, why did the Jedi spare you? Is it vengeance you seek at this reunion?
Почему джедаи пощадили меня? Я не понимаю.
You mean you don't know? All this time and you still haven't figured it out. I wonder how long you would have stayed blind to the truth. Surely some of what you once were must have surfaced by now. Even the combined power of the Jedi Council couldn't keep your true identity buried forever, could it?
The Jedi do not believe in killing their prisoners. No one deserves execution, no matter what their crimes.
The Council would not normally accept an adult for training, but this is a special case.
They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity.
Tatooine. Kashyyyk. Revan visited each of these worlds searching for clues to reveal the hidden location of the Starforge.
The lure of the dark side is difficult to resist. I fear this quest to find the Starforge could lead you down an all too familiar path.
What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause, to use their own knowledge against them?
Какой же шикарный момент. С каждым разом все лучше и лучше.
You cannot hide from what you once were, Revan. Recognize that you were once the Dark Lord, and know that I have taken your place.
Я Дарт Реван? Как такое может быть?
You do not yet remember, Revan? The Jedi set a trap. They lured us into battle against a small Republic fleet. During the attack, a team of Jedi Knights boarded your ship. The Jedi strike team captured you, and the Council used the Force to reprogram your mind. They wiped away your identity and turned you against your own followers.
Почему джедаи попросту не убили меня?
The Jedi are fools. They do not believe in executing prisoners. Originally, I assumed you had died in the battle. Imagine my surprise when I found out you were still alive, Revan.
Нет, я не верю тебе, Малок.
You must have seen flashes of your old life in your dreams, Revan. Memories bubbling up to the surface. Surely you must remember the battle in which you were captured.
Как им удалось взять в плен такого могущественного ситха, как Реван?
I helped them, Revan. I always knew that one day the title of Dark Lord would be mine. When the Jedi strike team boarded your vessel, I saw my day had come. I ordered my own ships to fire on your bridge. I thought I could destroy all my enemies with a single glorious victory. I never dreamed the Jedi would take you alive from the wreckage.
Бастила, это правда?
It's true. I was part of the team sent to capture Revan, to capture you. When Malak fired on the ship, you were badly injured. We thought you were dead. Your mind was destroyed, but I used the Force to preserve the flicker of life in your body. I brought you to the Jedi Council. They were the ones who healed your damaged mind.
Эти воспоминания, что является мне, откуда они?
The Jedi Council didn't restore your wounded mind, Revan. They merely programmed it with a new identity, one loyal to the Republic. They tried to make you their slave.
Да, вот это самое жуткое. взяли в плен, стерли память и послали на смерть. Вот и думай, кто тут хороший, а кто плохой. Ну, как бы им было наплевать на врага. Но все же. Вот это искупление, я бы так сказал. Почему вы просто не дали мне умереть?
The Jedi hold all life sacred, even that of a Sith Lord. I could not just let you die, Revan, not if it was possible to save you.
Bastila hides the truth behind noble words, Revan. The Jedi needed the memories buried deep in your wounded mind. There was no other way to bring them out. They had to keep you alive.
Угу. Сделали буквально оружие. Я понимаю, Васил. У тебя не было выбора.
Forgiveness, Revan. You are weak. I was right to betray you. You are not fit to rule the Sith. A small part of me has always regretted betraying you from afar. I always knew there were some who would think I acted out of fear, that I did not want to face you. But now fate has given me a second chance to prove myself. Once I defeat you in combat, no one will question my claim to the Sith throne. My triumph will be complete.
Твоему могуществу не сравнится с силой света.
The Jedi Council were foolish to let you live. I won't make the same mistake. We shall finish this alone in the ancient Sith tradition. Master versus apprentice, as it was meant to be.
Да. Джедаи, видимо, на это и рассчитывали. Что мы друг друга переубиваем. Соси жопу. Уль ты это... Вызываешь меня. На, нахуй.
This isn't over, Malak.
Your friends do not give up easily, Revan. You always could inspire loyalty. But even the three of you together cannot stand against my power.
For the Jedi! I'll hold Malak off. You two get out of here. Find the Star Forge.
No, Bastila, he's too strong. No!
Но у меня вроде все неплохо шло. Ну чё вы?
Come on, we have to get to the Ebon Hawk.
А как же Бастил? Мы должны ей помочь.
Bastila doesn't stand a chance against Malik, but we can't help her. Not here. We have to get off the ship and find the Star Forge. That's the key to beating the Dark Lord. Bastila sacrificed herself so we could get away. We can't let her sacrifice be in vain. Come on!
Ну ладно. Трап-то спустите.
Incoming fighters!
Ну. Наявен.
Where is Bastila? What happened on that ship?
He would
Забей.
have killed us, but Bastila sacrificed herself so we could get away.
You mean she's dead?
Bah, Malik won't kill her. Don't be foolish. He'll want to use her battle meditation against the Republic. Turn her to the dark side, and the Sith will always be victorious.
Мы не сможем помочь Бастиле, по крайней мере, пока не найдем звездную кузню.
Not so fast. We've got a bigger issue to deal with here. They deserve to know the truth about you. Do you want to tell them what Malik said, or should I?
Вова. Мне плевать, что сказал Малк. Я не Дарт Реван, я Боба.
Revan? What are you talking about? Is this some kind of a joke?
No, it's no joke. The Jedi Council captured Revan and erased the Dark Lord's mind, programming in a new identity. Saul Karath told me on the Leviathan, and Bastila confirmed it.
You're Darth Revan? This is big. Do you
Big.
remember anything about being the Dark Lord?
Я ничего не помню о том, как был Реваном.
And so the lies began. It was obvious you remembered something back there when Malik confronted you with the truth. Might have only been small pieces, but there was something there.
Just a few flashes. That's it. Nothing more? Then I don't think there's a problem. It seems to me that if you don't really remember anything about being Revan, then it doesn't really matter anymore. You are who you are now, right?
Of course it still matters. How do we know more memories won't come flooding back? How do we know Revan won't suddenly turn on us? The whole time we've been chasing after Malik, we've had his old Sith master right at our side, listening to our secrets, hearing our plans.
И это ничего не меняет. Я все еще хочу остановить Малка. Ну или вот это. Вини в этом совет джедаев, карт, а не меня.
Hey, you've got nothing to be sorry about. You didn't ask for this. Besides, I know you. You're not Revan anymore. Whatever you used to be, you're one of us now. Big Z and I will stick by you. We owe you our lives. We won't desert you now.
How can you say that, Mission? The Sith bombed my homeworld, Revan took away my family, and destroyed my life.
Everyone knows it was Malak who gave the order to attack your people, Karth. You can't blame Revan for that.
I suppose you've proven yourself to be a friend of the Republic by your actions so far, Revan. But can I trust you? Can any of us?
А ты что скажешь, Джоди?
What about me? I already knew who you were, though it wasn't my place to tell you. Better off that you know, if you ask me. Does it change anything? I'm not here to judge you. You do what you have to do, and I'll help if I can.
Ну, Карт, ты пойдешь со мной? Что думаешь, Кандерус?
You defeated the Mandalore clans in the war, Revan. You were the only one in the galaxy who could best us. We had never met one like you before, and never since. How can you even ask if I'll follow you? Whatever you're fighting, it will be worthy of my skill. I'm your man until the end, Revan. No matter how this plays out.
А что ты, HK?
Commentary. I am experiencing something unusual, Master.
Почему? Что происходит?
Answer. My programming is activating my deleted memory core. I believe I have a homing system that is restoring it, Master.
Возвратная система? Что это такое?
Observation. My homing system is a function of my assassination protocols, that which I told you had been deactivated. This system was not. It seems that the homing system deliberately restores my deleted memory core upon returning to my original master.
То есть Ревану?
Affirmation. Correct, Master. Sith protocols maintain that all droid knowledge be deleted before assassination missions and restored upon return. I have returned to you, and my full functionality is now under your personal command. It is a distinct pleasure to see you again, Master.
Ну это я тебя нашел, а не ты меня.
Think you'd never heard of the Force before. Seems obvious enough to me it was meant to be.
Wow. What are the chances of that happening?
Remember, we're talking about the Force here. At this point, Malak himself could drop out of the sky and I wouldn't bat an eyelash.
Good point.
Ты ведь от меня не уйдешь, правда, Т3?
I knew the little guy would come through for you. Droids don't hold grudges.
Ну, Карт, ты пойдешь со мной против Малака?
Well, the others seem to trust you, and I don't see any other way that we can stop the Sith. And I suppose that Malak is the real enemy here. I really don't have any other choice, do I?
Я больше не Реван, Карт. Ты должен в это поверить.
I want to believe you. You've proven yourself time and time again during our mission, but this is a little much for me to wrap my mind around.
А каково мне, по-твоему?
This must be even more of a shock to you. I don't know how you even keep going. I guess we both just have to find a way to push forward. Don't worry. I won't let my personal feelings get in the way of my assignments or this mission. But don't forget, I've sworn an oath to defend the Republic. As long as this mission stays on course, I'll stick with you. But I won't let you betray the Republic under any circumstances. So I guess that's it then. We keep going. We've still got one more star map to uncover if we're gonna find that Star Forge and save Bastila, so let's do it before it's too late.
Угу. Все верно. Сюда мне и надо.
The color of her mesh, unnatural to sty.
Skronki to patslimo, chi ita kanki channa kilikon, kinba muli radwa.
Los Everest, en artist. Es rekande kosten daarvoor, en daar is de
Achua penki, yun patisa, ichuba jikun.
Думаю, вам лучше уйти, ребята. Иначе я попрошу вас уйти еще раз. Очень вежливо.
Hava, yun patisa, chiwa aita kanki jiyokaku.
Los Everest, en artist.
Tong hit wama ag inkotune, por tong hit wama ji ag inkotun, tong panokun, ki mulira kun kin. Tong
Понятно.
ki mulira kun.
Что хотели эти трандашане?
Ichuta, yun patisa, kinba nikcha lora kun, chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi inkotune chuna mulira, tong hit wama jikuna, ki mulira kun kin. Tong hit
Пару вопросов. Продать. У меня что-то новое появилось. Ну, кажется, появилось. Три с половиной за это. Так. Ну все, остальное я пока не буду продавать. А нужно ли мне вот это? Так, пару вопросов. О системе. Что он мне уже рассказывал. Мне кажется, это так не работает. Только надо трандашам триггерить.
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha Baba Hassan Shan Chiwa chika chi
Да, это так не работает. У него расширится только когда третий раз к нему прилечу, да? Всякие там кристаллы и так далее. Так, ну тогда что? Что у меня есть? Он так и будет висеть? Песчаному народу отнести? Разобраться с братом Мессии? Контракт?
Yeah, what do you want?
Расскажи мне о мандалорских войнах. Сейчас ну чайник поставлю. И послушаем их.
We fought against the Republic forces for some time, over the course of many battles. At the start, they were not much of a threat to speak of. But once you had taken charge, things began to turn against us. The Republic fleets began to use more than just basic tactics. Feints, counterattacks, mass deceptions. You were a genius on the field. You are held in very high regard among my people. You abandoned worlds of their defenders so that others could be too fortified to strike. You made sacrifices in order to advance your goals. Such strategies had never been enough to best us before. In the end, you proved too much for us.
А как же ситхи?
The Sith had gone, retreated into their empire. They sealed themselves off from the rest of the galaxy. We thought it would be centuries before they'd come back. It's amazing that they could rebuild their fleet so fast. But at the time, it looked like the galaxy was in our grasp. I still remember that final battle in the skies above Malachor 5. The two fleets filling the space around it, outshining the stars.
Угу. А я забыл, что вот эта строчка существует. Ну, Малакорн 5. Ну-ка, что произошло в той битве?
It was not your ships or your men or your vaunted fight for freedom that won this, the final battle of the war. It was by the actions of one person, you, that the Republic prevailed. Your strategies and tactics defeated the best we could send against you. Even Mandalore himself was taken aback by the ferocity of your attacks, the tenacity of your defenses, and the subtleties of your plans. You fought us to a standstill, and then began pushing back. We really didn't have a chance.
Понятно. Ну, да. Лазейка есть, чтобы ставить вторую часть. Почему же вы не отступили?
It was what we had wanted all along, in a way. We wanted to fight the best, in a battle that would be remembered for centuries. And we did. And you won. I hold no grudge against you, nor do any of my people. It was the greatest of honors to fight against you, even in defeat. It is even more of an honor to fight beside you now. Had you been born of the Mandalorian clans, surely nothing in this galaxy would have been able to stop us. But wishing for the past to be different is useless. Better look to the future, as we should now. We'll talk more later, I think. Is there something else you want to know? Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
Значит, изначально ты принадлежал Ревану.
Statement. Yes, Master. You created me shortly after you and your apprentice began your war to conquer the galaxy. I was sent on an assassination mission into Mandalorian space, but I was damaged and unable to return to you. Exclamation. I find this most distressing. I could certainly have protected you from the Jedi and your pupil's betrayal had I returned.
Сомневаюсь, что ты смог бы что-то сделать.
Objection. But I would have tried, Master. I could have killed the Jedi Bastila. I am sure of it. That would have been most fun.
Не говори так об Астине.
Retraction. I apologize, Master. It's a force of habit.
Знаешь ли ты что-нибудь о звездной кузне?
Answer. No, Master. You never did make me privy to any of the Starforge's secrets.
Угу. Тут можешь рассказать мне о Малаке.
Commentary. Your former pupil is efficient and brutal, even for an organic. I rather liked him when you first introduced me to him. If I had known what he would do to you, Master, I would have gladly removed his entrails right then.
Похож ли я на того Ревана, которого ты знал раньше?
Observation. You are different in many fundamental ways, Master. You have a concern for life that is unsettling. This cannot solely be caused by memory loss. I do not know how to explain it. Regardless, you do seem to be improved overall from the human I once knew.
Mm-hmm. Так вот откуда взялось выражение про мешки с мясом?
Answer. It was you who programmed me thus, Master. Your pupil once asked me what I thought of him, and I informed him of his meatbag status. He was unimpressed, but you found the reference humorous. You changed my programming so that I would continue to use the term. It drove your pupil to extreme lengths of frustration.
Значит, Малок был первым мешком с мясом? Мне это нравится.
Observation. Of course you do, Master. You did then as well.
Это все очки.
As you desire, Master. Signing off.
Забавно.
Got something on your mind, do you?
Расскажи мне о Сенове, как вы познакомились.
Because I'm a hermit, I've always been a hermit. Just because I haven't seen Sunray for 20 years doesn't mean he's not a friend. A man could have changed a lot in that span of time, though. But to become a murderer, I can't see it. That's not the Sunray I knew. He was a good man. Put me up in his home for a year back after I left the Order. War hero, too. Or so I hear. I wouldn't mind helping the fellow if we can. I owe it to him. Or you can be a young monkey lizard and ignore me, I guess. Well, I don't expect much these days. Got something on your...
Ты что-то упоминал о своих былых приключениях.
Did I say that? Strange the tricks memory plays on you when you get older.
То есть ты не был авантюристом?
Didn't I say that my past was my affair? You don't see me poking and prodding you with questions, do you?
Ты просто не привык к компании. Перестань быть старым хрычом.
I might be, but a mouthy young thing like yourself shouldn't get to call me an old coot, damn it. And besides, you don't really want to hear about me. We're talking ancient history, probably before you were born. History bores kids. Proven fact.
Да? Ну, а старики обожают говорить об истории. Проверенный факт.
Oh, fine, fine. Have it your way. Just don't cry about it later. Yes, I was an adventurer. Happy now? I wasn't even done with my Jedi training back then. I had a full head of hair and an eagerness to see absolutely everything. Sound familiar? The council was never happy with willful, brash Jolie Bindo, you see. Even less so when I began my smuggling career.
Надеюсь, у тебя была афро. Ты был контрабандистом?
Don't look at me like that, damn it. I wasn't always the wrinkled coot I am now, you know. I can still fight, too. So wipe off that smirk I see there. At the time, the Yukata system was interdicted by its own king. He preferred to keep his people starving and poor, all the better to oppress them. The Senate was trying to negotiate a peace, but they were getting nowhere as usual. I decided I wasn't going to wait. I found myself a ship and a partner, and we began smuggling food and supplies to the Yukata citizenry through the blockade.
Где вы брали кредит на все эти припасы?
Well, we didn't buy all the equipment per se. Some were happy to donate goods. Some we just knew had more than they could use.
Значит, вы их воровали.
Stole is such a harsh word. They would have donated those goods readily enough if they were compassionate. I considered it a tax on the greedy. We only got caught once. A lone Yukatish frigate shot us down and forced a crash landing. I thought the force had abandoned me, as I remember.
И что было дальше?
Well, as it happens, getting shot down turned out to be very fortunate. That day was the day I...
Что в этот день?
Well, that was the day I met my wife.
Жену? Ты женился?
You know another way to get a wife? But yes, that's when I met her. If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer to stop talking now. My mouth is starting to draw flies.
Ты же ничего не скажешь. Ну да.
How can you possibly be Raven? The Jedi whose troops saved me on Taris. It was Raven, leading an army out to defeat the Mandalorians. It was you. I knew when I heard that you had become the Dark Lord of the Sith, that something was wrong with it. The man who saved me could never go completely to the dark side.
Я не знаю, кем был тот Реван. Я не он.
It is good to know that you have truly changed. It gives me hope. I do not think now that I will fall to the dark side. I only have to look at you and follow by your example, and there is no way I can fail.
Излишняя самонадеятельность тоже может привести на темную сторону.
Yes, that is true. I suppose you would know better than I. I will never forget what you did for me, even if you do not remember it. Yes. What is it?
Что-то не так?
I was remembering Taris.
Что именно ты вспомнила?
It was a horrible place to have to live. At least in the lower cities where the non-humans tended to get relegated. Living for years in a place with no sun, living off the trash dropped from the upper levels, and a meager pay doing back-breaking labor.
Как тебе удалось выжить?
My family and I struggled each and every day to make something of our lives. But we could only go so far. Taxes from the corrupt government, more fees from the gangs controlling the streets, and whatever was left paying for what food and medical supplies we could afford.
Было настолько плохо.
With no money to spare for any amenities, even the enclave on Dantooine seems a paradise in comparison. And of course, there was the constant bigotry and hate from the more affluent and human citizens, lording their wealth over us living below. Every once in a while, a rich human would come down through the lower levels with his droid entourage just to see how the wildlife lived, and laughed at the mockeries that were our successes. But I have come to meet many decent humans in my travels since those days. Indeed, some of the greatest people I have ever met are human.
Кто, например?
Jedi who encouraged me to join the Order. The one who was with the group going to fight the Mandalorians. She was human. I am sorry. I am getting away from my point. If there even was one. Sometimes, I curse the day my parents fled to Taris. But then again, if they had not, I would not be where I am today.
Сбежали? Откуда сбежали?
Another story for another time. For now, we must continue our own epic. To save the galaxy, if we can.
Так, следаем пока, пожалуй, на Татуин. Технем брата Мессии. И отдадим жемчужину. Потом еще и палки Гафи.
Yeah?
Вот так вот.
Sure.
Вот так вот. Выходит.
이쿠쿠노 노바 물리라 지군 동희군 전팅.
Вы имеете в виду Малака? А ты откуда знаешь? Кто ты такой? Вы работаете на биржу.
Ronda di hotonga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching balamule tonking ba nunotek. Тукнин.
Так, почему же вы обратились ко мне теперь?
Так, без дюбонко кокибак-банка. Чing палачиска муле тунарана ну прата донко сича дума вамама тус. Ке куями джуз чиката на патога я фулки кокорала джиджи. Гавана бот атагва.
Источники? Какие источники?
Шакджи лоча вана вама? Гава волпа мульти гумна. Кинчун шишинeng чене кун. Манаман атота. Hakiju krata bola shui chongatong. Chongkung no bunka mulera kunkile. Kunkile no ba. Watende chokolo ontong haitwam jiji lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bonkwaleo gandona chuchut. Kachi chu it kachi kun ida hodonga. Iking kuno ba mulera chikun. Slimo podon.
А при чем здесь вы?
Tong abog sha umnina. Wanga kumbis king balemuraya. Johnny yon tunji.
Ну, покажите мне эти товары.
Palia mukapata. Bonana chaku. Ikun kono bule marachiko. Tolpa da bongwale gandona gugu chut.
Надежда на Карибане. Мика Дорин. Хорошо, я загляну.
Boragantong, mulira siyang turong ni naptong abog siya nang wanga kumbis king bale.
Так, у него тоже вряд ли что-то появилось новое, да? Разве что вот это можно взять. У меня такой нету. Так. Квест-карта так и не триггерится, да? Может, он триггерится только на манане? Ну-ка, на всякий в контин зайдем. Так, ладно. Ну, возьмем кал тогда.
Yeah?
М. Да, спас броски. Что еще остается-то? Винтовки можно ему еще. А, вот зачем ему. Да, зря ловкость какая. Но можно дать вот это. Так, а чего-то получше, скорее всего, нету, да? Ну ладно.
Sure. Good.
Спидраним. Этих же, конечно, убиваем.
That'll show you. Here it is.
Take that!
Так, чекаем сначала этого идиота. Тут ли он? Нет. Во-вторых, надо взять очки. Чуть не забыл. Значит, попросту проебан квест? Да?
Query. What do you... Protocol. Translation.
Вот драконья жемчужина.
Translation. He is stupefied, Master. He never thought you could return with such an item. Such a thing has not been done in many years. Translation. He will allow you to meet the storyteller, but also gives a warning. If you dare to repeat the histories incorrectly, you will be killed. Translation. The storyteller will be summoned to one of the rooms here in the Enclave. He seems to think this is a great honor for you, Master. Translation.
Nice. А вот исказитель.
He identifies himself as the storyteller, Master. He has been told of your warrior skills and will speak the history to you.
Это честь для меня. Спроси его, что он записывает.
Translation. Translation. There is only one accepted history, passed orally to each successive generation. Translation. A book or datapad can be taken away, cheapening the value of what it contains. To commit it to paper or storage is to remove it from the people.
Какие темы я могу выбрать?
Translation. Translation. You may choose to hear the history, or you may choose not to. Their history is a single entity that cannot be partitioned. Translation. The The only exception is in continuing the tales once they have begun. If you leave, when you return, he will continue from where he left off.
Пускай он рассказывает.
Translation. Translation. It begins with the ancient times. They were not sand people, for there was no sand. The land was green with life, and they walked without wrappings. Translation. Though the land was beautiful, they lived apart from the land. They built their walls high and saw beyond the horizon. They dared to reach the stars. Translation. There are no words for how long ago this was. It was before the outsiders, before the abduction, before the cities fell, before the builders.
Я хочу задать пару вопросов насчет услышанного.
Cautionary. I should warn you, Master, that any questioning of their interpretation may be seen as trying to change the meaning of what was said. Clarification. They may consider this to be speaking the words in error, a blasphemy they would attempt to kill you for.
Понял. Я хочу спросить о древних временах.
Clarification. It would appear that they once had a thriving technologically advanced society, but were wiped out by a much more sophisticated alien species.
Угу. Спроси его, напоминают ли эти строители какую-либо из современных рас?
Translation. Translation. He only understands the builders as an iconic force meant to test the resolve of his people. He is not making sense, Master. Clarification. They claim their stories are repeated unchanged, but they have demonized these builders. In their minds, they wreaked such havoc they could not possibly be flesh and blood.
Угу. Нет у них. Он может разъяснить, как давно Татуин полнился цветущей жизнью?
Doubting. I don't believe he can, Master. Even if their stories are exact and unchanged, it is likely they were first told thousands of years after the events occurred. This has become very much like a creation myth for his people. There is no date. It simply was.
Давай вернемся к другим вопросам.
I will ask whatever you wish.
Пусть продолжает историю.
Translation. Translation. His arrogant people touched the stars, and this sin drew the attention of the builders. The builders did not touch the stars, they lashed them to millstones. Translation. Great demons of metal stripped the world of its riches, until all that was left was the green of the ground. The great cities were lifted away. Translation. Those that had used the wealth were taken along with it. Transgressors abducted to serve past the sky, seeding the stars with penitent, adaptable slaves.
Угу. Разгромили и забрали в рабство. Понятно. Роботами, судя по всему, еще. Пусть продолжит.
Translation. There came a time when the builders were also judged for their crimes. After generations, a plague weakened them, and the time of the Great War began. Translation. The builders faltered, and his people realized why they had been punished, so that they understood the crime and would now strike down the greater offender. Translation: they worked chaos in the machines, so they destroyed themselves. The builders fought back, laying waste to the green that had been misused with fire from above. Translation: soil became glass, grinding to sand, but the fight was long planned, and his people were safe. Deep in cave homes carved from valley wall, they were free.
Пусть продолжает.
Translation. Editing, if I may, Master. This section of his tale details several millennia of the long walk, their nomadic wanderings as they accept their identity in a desert world. Rather than strain my circuits on his dialect, might we just assume there was much fighting over who has the biggest bantha and move on to more recent things?
Если можешь тонко на это намекнуть, давай.
Translation. Translation. The tribes spread far, distant from each other, but all as sand people and all cherished the land that remained. The sand would not be misused. Translation. Then machines fell from the stars again, outsiders like you that brazenly walked apart from the land. And greater still was the insult to come. Translation. These outsiders reminded them of their past transgression, of the time when they too walked apart from land. The outsiders, your kind, looked like their ancient abducted. Translation. So it is to the current sons that the Sand People hate all outsiders and give them no footing. You come again, time after time, adaptable slaves to the machine.
А дальше что-нибудь было?
Editing. The last 1,000 years are full of conflicts with different groups of attempted planetary settlers, all of whom are poorly described, long dead, and likely untraceable. I believe I have truncated it down to the usable bits in what was already said. I hope it is enough, Master.
Так, пару вопросов.
Remember my warning, Master. They may consider certain questions to...
Да. Понятно.
Translation.
Всё, конец.
Translation. We are free to leave.
Почему его нету? Эх. Ладно, пофигу. Минус квест. Что ты прилетел? Иди в клетку. Так, пойдем тогда палки отдадим. Возьмем ее.
Greetings again.
Да вот, палки. Да, вот он.
That is a very big headache that you've removed. I'm sure there are still sand people out there, but I think I'll give you a bonus for this. You've more than lived up to your side of the bargain. Zerka Corporation thanks you. I think you'll find that the reward I've given is more than adequate for the task. No more is deserved.
Блин. Ладно, ладно.
Zerka Corp. Greetings again. Of course. Farewell.
Ki mulira kun kin. Chi.
И все, кажется, тут. А, нет, тут еще и с этим. С гонщиком, да. Так, ну кажется, я пару пунктов-то вкинул. О, да. Найс.
You again?
Мы с Мотой... У нас с Мотой был разговор насчет тебя. Я убедил Моту предложить тебе контракт получше.
I don't believe it. I mean, I do, but I sure wasn't expecting it. I appreciate it. I really do. Now I can take my bike to the big races. There's not much of a circuit right now, but I'll be ready when it recovers.
Ну тогда удачи.
Thanks again. I meant it.
А, вот. Все. Пойдем посмотрим, что там за товары такие. На Карибане. Да, теперь будут ебать каждый раз. Кто там у нас? Микой Дорином.
Karth, you fought in the Mandalorian Wars, didn't you? We may have faced each other in combat. What battles were you in?
I try not to think about my past battles too much. The horrors of war are something I'd rather not relive.
The horrors of war? My people know only the glory of battle. I'm disappointed in you, Karth. I thought a warrior like you would understand.
Карт не такой, как ты, Кандерус.
I'm not a warrior. I'm a soldier. There's a difference. Warriors attack and conquer. They prey on the weak. Soldiers defend and protect the innocent. Mostly from warriors.
Nice speech. I bet you tell yourself that every night so you can sleep. But I accept who and what I am. I don't have to justify it with words. Victory in battle is my justification.
Justification through victory. So what happens when you lose? You know, like you did against us.
You had us outnumbered 5-1. You had more ships, more troops, more supplies, and the Jedi on your side. And we still made the Republic tremble before we fell.
Nice speech. I bet you tell yourself that every night so you can sleep. I don't want to talk about this anymore, Canderous. The war is over. You lost.
Так, он, видимо, в контине, да?
Учуа Пенки, Тони Туамаджи, Human Incatune, Chi Itakanki, Chana Kilikon, Chiwa Aitakanki, Chaubaso, Gino Molirani Bubo, Tonkin Ba, Noku Nexag.
Так, Зиагром сказал, что у тебя есть особый товар.
Diskadosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na wichiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun
Какого рода товар у вас есть на продажу?
Kinba nikcha lora kun. Tung abashun ni chunchi diskadosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na winki smaktoma, kuyami juzku chitanai, uchuape.
Ну, тогда дайте взглянуть.
Kinba no konik dot.
Маска-стабилизатор. Иммунитет влияния на разум. Спас броски. Средняя броня еще к тому же. Пять силы. 25к. Броски 4 все. И еще плюс 2 ловкости, да? 4 телосложения, 4 ловкости. Регенерация 2. Так. Значит, тут есть импланты на плюс 4 телосложения и плюс 4 ловкость. И перчатки плюс сил. Плюс 5 силы. Для меня, по сути. Ладно, запомним. Так, что-нибудь новое появилось?
How may I be of a... What is it you would...
Расскажи мне о Даке весть. Виссере. Это, видимо, вот этот.
Dak and I were both Padawans.
В кантине сейчас
At the
тусуется.
same time. He was a kind man, but frustrated. He felt the Jedi were too controlling, too limiting, more so than I did. When he decided to leave the Order, he asked me to come with him. He said he loved me.
Но ты его не любила.
No, I didn't. I enjoyed his company as a friend, but nothing further. I had no idea he felt as he did. He was angry at my refusal. I assumed that he would get over the hurt in time. I suppose such feelings can fester and darken, and they never go away. He reminds me of what I was when you found me in the grove. I feel sorry for him, but he has chosen his path, hasn't he? If I thought he would accept an offer of help, I would give it. Let us just move on, please. How may I be of a... What...
Расскажи мне о своем прошлом.
Well, I mentioned before that my parents had fled to Taris. Perhaps I can tell you about that.
Продолжай.
In the early days of the Mandalorian War, there had been fighting closer to the Outer Rim worlds.
В том районе жили твои сородичи?
KOTOR was there, yes. My people had a great reputation as warriors, and that appealed to the Mandalore version of honor. They sought to test themselves against us, I think. Test themselves by bombing our world, slaughtering my people while they slept or while they ran.
Как это произошло?
They swooped down from space across the world, firing at anything that moved. They used ships in space to destroy all orbital facilities and bombard the surface. We did resist, and in spite of their violent attack, we did stave them off for quite a while. But in the end, we were doomed.
Почему Республика не помогла вам?
We were not members of the Republic. KOTOR was beyond the edge of the Republic, in the Outer Rim. And besides, they could not have known. Our interstellar communications were the first things the Mandalores hit. All other short-range communicators were jammed. We were on our own. We knew what was coming. We had fought the Mandalorians in the first war against Exar Kun and the Sith. We knew there would be no mercy for us. The most we could do was pack the few of our people who survived onto what few ships remained and send them off into space as fast as they could. Most did not make it.
Что насчет твоей
My
семьи?
parents carried me as a baby with them and were lucky enough to escape. They fled as far as they were able and eventually settled on Taris. They could stand running no further, I think. But Taris was a horrible choice. Dominated by humans, intolerant of other species, it made everyday life unnecessarily hard.
Как твоя семья справлялась с этим?
My father turned to stimulants. He spent much of his time in local bars and dives. But we are warriors. It runs through our blood. And when he was on stims, he became foolish. He let his warrior nature get the best of him. So he would get intoxicated, and he would fight. And finally, one day, he would die.
Как он погиб?
Killed by a man who provoked him into a fight and killed him like an animal. I am sorry. I cannot talk about this any longer right now.
Круглян навернул. Ты упоминал о своей жене.
Want to talk about that.
Не хочу совать нос не в свое дело, но...
Yes, you do. You may mean well enough, but my private affairs are just that. Private. Let me tell you something. Once you've lived as many years as I have, you'll have yourself a long, long list of memories. If you're lucky, most of them will be good. If you're not, some will be bad. If you're really unlucky, some will be so bad you'll never want to be reminded of them again, ever. You'll go far away, to a place that doesn't hold any memories at all. And there you'll be happy just to forget and be forgotten.
Не, я правда хочу выслушать тебя.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever been in love? Truly in love, I mean, and not simple infatuation.
Ну...
Exactly. You're still at the beginning of your life. There will be women in your life, perhaps many women. But if you're fortunate, you'll find love once. The Jedi, with their damnable sense of over-caution, would tell you love is something to avoid. Thankfully, anyone who's even partially alive knows that's not true.
Так, я всегда и думал.
Love doesn't lead to the dark side. Passion can lead to rage and fear, and can be controlled. But passion is not the same thing as love. Controlling your passions while being in love, that's what they should teach you to beware. But love itself will save you, not condemn you. Listen to me go on as if I had all the answers. What do I know of love anymore? I'm just a lonely old man who's not even a Jedi.
Нет, я хочу выслушать тебя.
Do you? I wouldn't listen too closely. I'm no authority on anything. I just think that the greatest things in life shouldn't be avoided because they come with a few complications. Love causes pain, certainly. Inevitably, love is going to lead to as much sorrow and regret as it does joy. I suppose there are perfect eternal loves out there, but I haven't seen any. And how do you deal with the bad part of love is what determines your character. What determines the dark side's hold over you?
Возможно, Джедай просто считает, что не стоит брать на себя такой риск.
Bah, life without risk is boring. Is that how you want to live? You want love, you've got to fight for it. I'll tell you one thing. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you and the one you love simply aren't meant to be together. The trick is to know when that is. To know when it's time to fight and when it's time to part ways. There I go, waxing philosophical again. Somebody blast me already. Let's get going before I start talking in riddles, damn it.
Так, а карт мне что-нибудь скажет? А то квест не прокает.
Yes, what's on your... If you're ready to talk, then yes. So am I.
И?
I can't hate you. I tried. I wanted to hold you responsible for all the things you've done for my wife, for Telos, for Dustil. But I can't.
Рад это
I got
слышать.
the revenge I always wanted when Saul died. But it hasn't brought me the peace that I thought it would. Despite whatever part of Revan is inside you, the darkness that must surely be there, it isn't who you are. That's why I can't hate you, why I don't want any more revenge. You don't have to be Revan. You can be so much more. Whatever the Jedi did to you, they gave you that chance. Whatever's happened up until this point, there's going to come a time very soon where you're going to have to make a choice. And there won't be any turning back.
А если я сделал неправильный выбор?
And I hope I can save you from yourself.
Угу.
Yeah, what do you want?
Расскажи мне о Мандалорских войнах.
The war we had with the Republic was supposed to be the most glorious battle in our history. but it was a very costly one. I guess we didn't think of how much we could lose in it.
Чего вы лишились?
There weren't many of us after that last battle. Mandalore himself was killed at the hands of the Jedi Revan. The best of us could not defeat him. After that last battle, those of us that survived were stripped of our weapons, our armor, and our basilisks. The Republic's forces destroyed them while we were forced to watch. Those who hadn't fled earlier were left with nothing to call their own. No weapons, no armor. Only the honor of having fought in the battle we just lost. For many, this was not enough. While the rest of us were sent into exile on the Outer Rim, they tried to relive the old days, raiding worlds. They're nothing more than bandits now.
И в конце концов ты прибыл на Тарис.
Yeah, I came to Taris. And forcing for Davik was not stimulating. The gangs on Taris and Davik's rivals were trash. They give no thrill in battle, no honor or glory in defeating them. It was like stepping on bugs. I sought worthy challenges, but the best that Taris could offer were nothing to me. But I think now, with you, I may finally find opponents worth fighting.
Я польщен.
Maybe later I'll tell you more about what it was like to work for Davik. For now, though, we should get on with our lives. Is there something else you want to know? Your choice.
Нет, пока все. Ну и последняя планета. Эх, и нет того, кто разделит со мной сон. Не. Так, вы двое.
You Republic people are so pathetic, sitting around groveling at the table scraps the galactic senators deign to give you. It makes me sick.
The senators work for the good of the whole galaxy, not for individual gain.
Ha! Don't make me laugh, you gutless simp. It's the destiny of weak-minded fools like you to be ruled over by the strong, like we Sith.
I'm warning you. Don't push me or you'll get just what you're asking for.
Try it. Just try it. I'd love to see you throw the first punch. And with all the cameras around the Selkath would be all over you inside of 30 seconds. You break their laws. You pay the price, Republic scum. But I can see that you're not man enough to back up your words anyway. If you ever feel like relieving yourself of your worthless existence, feel free to come by our enclave here. We have many ways to fulfill your wish.
Не послышался ли он сказал Gutless Simp?
Yeah, what are you... Oh, I apologize, Master Jedi. I should not have been rude.
Почему ситхи так тебя сильно злят?
Well, these damn Sith are everywhere on Manan, pushing us Republic citizens around, trying to goad us into breaking the law somewhere.
Нарушение закона?
Yeah, the Selkath want to maintain their neutrality in this war we're fighting with the Sith. and they enforce it very strictly. So we just have to sit here and let the Sith insult us, and we can't raise a hand against them. Otherwise, the Republic will face severe KOTOR export restrictions, and that could lose us the war altogether.
Зачем ситхи обосновались на Манане?
Well, for the KOTOR, of course. Really, that's the only reason anyone would want to be here. It's the only reason the Selkath built Ahto City in the first place. To export KOTOR.
Почему они не вступят в республику?
The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling KOTOR to everyone that needs it, and making themselves too valuable to be worth conquering. Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only natural source of KOTOR on the planet if anyone tries to attack them. But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to get what they want. They're probably planning something already. Is there anything else you require?
Нет, мне пора идти.
If you have any other questions, you should probably see Roland Wan. He's the Republic diplomat here. He's by the Republic Enclave near the visitor residences. Oh, if you don't know where that is, go north from here, then south past the port official in the first courtyard, east into the second courtyard, then north, then east again. You got that? Have a pleasant stay,
Нет.
Mr. Jedi.
Ну да ладно. Так, ну и на этом остановимся тут. Пум-пум. Да.